Guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I am Emily and I'm really excited to have you. If you are new, I'd love to have you subscribe. I do faith, music, and lifestyle content here on this channel. So if that interests you, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification as well. But if you are not new, thank you so much for returning, and yeah, just supporting my channel. It means so much to me. In today's video, we are going to be talking about something that I have been neglecting for a long time. It is something that I think every one of us struggle with at some point or another in our lives, but it's also something that is really hard, and it does not get easier as time goes on and the next time it happens. I think it's just as hard every single time that it happens, and I think we have to keep our focus on the Lord to make it a little bit easier when it does happen. But yeah, in today's video we are going to be talking about losing friends, having the trust in the bond be broken, and how to overcome that. It's kind of a hard topic for me to talk about personally because I have had to deal with this a lot. I feel like for someone who struggles with forgiveness and that kind of stuff, it can really be challenging, and I do. So yeah, if you struggle with forgiveness and kind of moving on from things that have happened, you are not alone. You are in good company. But just because we do struggle with those things does not mean that we have an excuse to wallow in losing a friendship or having that trust be broken. It does not dictate whether we can have a bad attitude or not, but it should make us stronger in the long run, because going through trials and difficulties should make us stronger, and that is what they are for in life, to make us stronger. And yeah, I don't want to say more equipped, but the Lord definitely uses trials for our good. With all of that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is losing friends, because I feel like it's really difficult to go through, because especially if you were extremely close to that friend, even if you weren't close to that friend, it's still really hard, and we have to make sure that we do not become bitter at that person. And I am not innocent of that. I have definitely had my struggles with that. First, I want to say that we cannot find our identity, our fulfillment, and contentment in a person. We need to find our contentment and fulfillment, identity in the Lord, because people will come in and come out of our life. It's just a given. We are not going to, anybody who comes into our life, we are not going to have a close bond with them as we might with some other people. And people will walk out of our life, but I think that in those seasons where God does put them in our life, He put them in our life for a reason, and that purpose is fulfilled. But yeah, one thing I have learned is that before, I used to put all of my identity, all of my fulfillment in my friends, and like when they left, or when they were taken out of my life per se, I was devastated. And obviously we are going to be when a good friend walks out of our life, or they are taken out of our life. Also, I do want to say that I know a lot of people get taken out of our life, and it's not anybody's decision, but the Lord took them home. That is extremely hard, and obviously I'm not talking about that in today's video. We are just talking about how two people split and one or both had the decision. If both had the decision, it's obviously easier, but if one just had the decision and they just left, then that's more of where I'm talking about in today's video. So yeah, the main thing that I want you guys to take out of this section of the video is that we cannot find our contentment or identity and fulfillment in another person, because even if we cannot talk to them for a day, I know that when I can't talk to someone that I absolutely care about so much, it is really hard for me not to be able to talk to that person. And when we aren't able to talk to them, I think it can draw us so much closer to the Lord, because we talk to God about that person, or we talk to Him just in general more, because for me personally, I don't have like a huge group of friends, and I am not complaining about that at all, because the friends that I do have, we are really close, I feel like. So yeah, I feel like when we are able to talk to them, it can draw us so much closer to the Lord. That is what I want you guys to take about of this section of the video, is that we cannot find our identity or fulfillment in other people, but in the Lord only. So also, so many times I feel like people are like, well, if this person is taken out of your life, it was obviously meant to be. And while I agree to that to a certain extent, I feel like a lot of people just think that, you know, you need to bury the hurt, you need to bury the pain that you're feeling. But I don't think that's healthy. You need to feel the hurt and feel the pain, but you also cannot let it dictate your life. You need to feel that hurt, but you also need to learn from it and let the Lord heal it. Because if you don't let the Lord heal it, you're always going to have that hurt, and it's not going to go away on its own, because we as human beings tend to keep things inside, and we tend to like not harbor them, but just bottle them up. And sometimes it's hard to let the Lord take care of those things, but in the end it is so worth it, and He definitely takes better care of those pains and hurts better than we ever will be able to. And the last thing is to forgive. We need to forgive that person. If it was a one-sided decision that this person needed to leave, or just they didn't even have logical reason, because I feel like that's a lot of times in my situation, where I really just don't understand what happened, and you know, I have to just forget about it, because I can't keep thinking about that and trying to think of, oh, did I do this wrong? Did I do that wrong? Could I have done something differently to where they wouldn't have left? We cannot think that way. We just need to forgive and let it in the Lord's hands, because ultimately in the end He will take care of it, and He will bring light and contentment and beauty out of that situation, because He never, I feel like I say this in a lot of my videos, but He never lets anything go to waste. He uses everything for our good and for our benefit. Even if we make it harder than it needs to be, He still uses it for our good. Now that that is covered, I feel like that's like the hardest thing for me to talk about. Actually no, this topic is losing trust, because I feel like it's a common thing where trusting people is really hard. It is for me personally. I have a very hard time trusting people, and when I do trust them, then I like trust them fully. But if that trust is broken, it is really hard for me to gain that trust back. Or not for me to gain that trust back, but for me to trust that person again. Also, with the trust, we need to give them a reason to trust us. Friendship is not a one-way street. It is two-way, and if I am just like over here sitting back enjoying everything that this person, you know, is doing in the friendship, but I'm not doing anything, like if I'm not asking for prayer requests, if I'm not encouraging them, if I'm just taking all of the encouragement and everything that goes into a friendship, that's really not a healthy friendship, because we need to have a two-way friendship. It's like any relationship. You cannot just have a one-way relationship and have it and like expect it to be great, because the one person who is giving everything is not going to feel loved and appreciated by the other person if they're not doing anything. So yeah, anyway, I feel like that was kind of off topic, but so some things that I have learned to do when the trust and bond are broken is to firstly bring it to the Lord and forgive. The Lord forgave me of everything I have done. The Lord has forgiven you of everything you've done if you're a Christian, and He wants to forgive you of everything that you've done if you're not a Christian. But I can't forgive someone else for one thing they've done, but yet expect the Lord and accept His forgiveness when I can't forgive other people. I just don't think that is right at all. There is a verse actually that says, if you do not forgive others, He will not forgive you. So that is also a really just like deep verse, and I'm like, oh wow. So yeah, the first thing is definitely forgiveness and bring it to the Lord. And if you can, talk about it to the other person. You know, because I feel like when your trust is broken, you kind of act a little bit differently, or I do anyway. Because I feel like I can't really talk to them about certain things anymore, or be open or whatever, and I might just be a little bit distant. So if you can, and if you feel comfortable, talk about it with that person, because talking about things is so healing, and it can help one so much. And there might not even be a reason for that trust to have been broken. You might just have misunderstood them, because I feel like that has happened in my life a couple of times, where I just misunderstand. I'm like, oh, well, that's like rude. Obviously it didn't completely break the trust, but I misunderstand things a lot, so I have to like make sure I understand things fully before any feelings happen. So yeah, just make sure that you completely understand also what they're saying, because you could have misunderstood them. Also, you need to give them a reason to trust you. You need to give them a reason why they can trust you. You need to show them that they can trust you. And if you are not showing them that they can trust you, then on their side, if that trust is broken from like, so if like a friend of mine, if I broke that trust with them, obviously I would feel terrible. And if someone ever does lose trust in me, I want them to tell me. And I'm sure that's like that with everybody. If somebody loses trust in another person, they probably want them to tell you if you were good friends and you were close. Because if you were truly close and they did truly care about you, they still do care about you, and they didn't mean to hurt you. So yeah, and then apologize if and when is necessary. Apologizing is something that is so key in relationships, and even if the trust is not, like the broken trust is not your fault, just apologizing where they may have said something or done something to have broken that trust that they did because it was your side, if that makes any sense. But yeah, apologizing is so incredibly important. So I really hope this video can be an encouragement to you guys. I know that it's definitely a difficult road when you do lose a friendship, or the trust is broken, because trust is really hard to gain, and when it is broken, it's really hard to gain back. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from it. If you did, you can go ahead and comment down below like something that has helped you in the past, or currently with maybe losing a friendship or something like that. So yeah, I hope this will be an encouragement to you guys, and I will see you next week with another video about friendship. Bye guys.